So there's a certain portion of you that I want to speak to. So I'm doing this because I know that there's a certain percentage of people that will never step foot in a 12-step group. They will never go to counseling. There's a lot of nevers. It's just never going to happen for them. They absolutely will never participate in certain things. So my hope is to make engaging with others and the 365 voices we hear in this book, The Courage to Change, and my voice, of course, um, might bring them out of that trap that they're in. And for those of you who know how to ask for help, and do ask for help, I want to say to you that healthy people, when they're in trouble, they go to the doctor, they get help. It's the sick ones that won't go. And what I've learned in my lifetime that frequently, oh, those quote weak people that are in counseling, well, they're frequently in counseling because they're married to someone with a personality disorder and they're just trying to kind of survive the experience. Or they're living with an addict, they're living with some incredibly difficult situation and where there's no compassion and they need some compassion. And there are certain places where you're typically will find it. So for those of you that someone in your life is putting you down, and mocking you and trying to imply that you're weak, they're the weak one. They're the broken one. They're the stubborn one. They're the prideful one. They're the willful one. They're the one that refuses to get help. All right? Just leave them to themselves. You can't fix that. That's God's job or your higher power's job. Just let them be who they are, all right? Some of us are stubborn and some of us are intractable. It's in everything in life, we're on a spectrum. It's important to acknowledge it all the time. May 25th. An Al-Anon meeting is where I am most likely to get an honest answer to the question, how are you? This is refreshing to me because for a long time, my only possible answer to this question was, I'm fine. How are you? Even when I wasn't fine at all. Denial is a symptom of the effects of alcoholism or the effects of addiction. Just as addicts often deny their compulsive behaviors, many of us who have been affected by this disease deny our problems as well. Although we may have been living in chaos, worried about our families, full of self-doubt, and spiritually, emotionally, and physically depleted, many of us learned to pretend that everything was just fine. Today, it is important for me to be in an environment in which honesty is practiced. I don't necessarily launch into a detailed description of my woes or my joys. That isn't always desirable or appropriate. But when asked how I am doing, I try to ask myself what the real answer is. This frees me from the habit of denial and gives me choices. Today's reminder, how do I feel today? How am I doing? If I can answer those questions truthfully, I am more likely to pursue the help I need and to share the happy times with others as well. Here's the quote. We can say what we mean only if we have the courage to be honest with ourselves and with others. End quote. The dilemma of the alcoholic marriage. So again, I want to encourage you for showing up for yourself every day, consistently taking care of yourself. We don't take any days off from taking care of ourselves. That's why this little book has, 365 days in it, because the goal is to read it and do it every single day. I pray that this is a blessing to you.